At the time of recording this video, Bitcoin just hit another all-time high, $122,000 per coin. $122,000 per Bitcoin? It's nothing. You haven't seen anything yet. Hold on tight to something because it's going to get wild from here. Two of the most powerful men in finance just said the part that no one's supposed to say it out loud. Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, dropped the first bomb.
Here with Brian Armstrong at the Coinbase Summit. Brian, good to see you here. You dropped some new products, but there was something you said on stage that caught my attention. You said that Bitcoin could become the world's reserve currency because of the US debt situation, which is ballooning. How realistic is that?
To be clear, I want the US to remain the reserve currency status. I think a strong America is very important for the world, and I think cryptocurrency is helping the dollar enormously with things like USDC and stablecoins. But if the debt situation doesn't get fixed, I do think that eventually Bitcoin will have to become the reserve currency for better or worse. It's not going to be the Chinese RMB.
Then came Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the man behind the $10 trillion assets. He said, if the US fails to control its fiscal trajectory, Bitcoin could emerge as a viable alternative to the dollar. These are crypto YouTuber or Bitcoin influencer. These are institutional titan. And when they start publicly hinting that the dollar might be finished, you better believe it. This is no longer a theory. It's a countdown. And the painful part, they're not wrong because it's too late to turn the ship around. The US government, and let's be honest, nearly every government on earth can't survive without the printing machine. They're already crossed the point of no return. The spending won't stop. The deficit won't shrink. And the inflation, it's not a bug. It's a feature. They spend what they don't have. Then they turn around and tax the working class to patch the hole. When that's not enough, they borrow. And when the world stops buying the debt, they print more. Governments today are professional money eaters, decent at collecting taxes, incredible at printing money, but absolutely horrible at creating real value. And while the tops get bailouts, bonuses, and balance sheets gains, the rest of the world is drowning in rent, debt, and grocery bills that double every year. And now, to make it even more ridiculous, they passed the big beautiful bill signed into law on July the 4th of this year. Naturally wrapped it in star, stripe, and fireworks. But underneath the red, white, and blue, it's a $4 trillion explosion of new debt. Tax cuts for the wealthy, but cuts to social programs, and confirm at least $2.8 trillion added to the U.S. deficit over the next decade. So, where the money's coming from? You guess it. They're going to print it. And who's paying for the price? The people. Every single time. Rent will rise. Food prices will spike. Wages won't move. But the markets, they will cheers. Why? Because Wall Street know what this means. Every new trillion they print is another giant green light for Bitcoin. This is where it all comes together. While people are distracted by elections, headlines, and outrage, the strategic Bitcoin reserve is quietly being built. Yes, it's already real. The US government's own over 200,000 Bitcoin, and it's no longer just sitting. It's being reclassified as a strategic asset. Think about what that means. Gold was once the escape plan during economic disaster. Now, Bitcoin is becoming Plan B. States like Texas, New Hampshire, And Arizona are drafting their own Bitcoin reserve legislation. Banks are rolling out Bitcoin custody services. Institutions are accumulating like never before. And the average person still waiting for clarity. Here's the clarity. This system was never meant to serve you. It was built to protect those who print and punish those who save. The fiat world is upside down, a world where hard work get taxed, speculations get rewarded, debt gets forgiven, savings get inflated away, and people are waking up. They're tired of working harder and falling further behind. They are done saving in the systems that rob them slowly. They're choosing to opt out because Bitcoin doesn't do bailouts. It doesn't do stimulus. It doesn't do corruption. And just run on rules, math, and code. No backdoors, no backroom deals, no inflation levels. This isn't just a financial crisis, it's a moral awakening. People don't just want money, they want fairness. They want truth. A world where what you earn, you keep. Where a little goes a long way. Where no one can flip a switch and steal values from the people at the bottom. Bitcoin won't make you rich overnight, but it levels the playing field. That's exactly why the institutions are coming. That's why governments are stacking. That's why Wall Street is adopting. Because they know when this fiat empire collapses, Bitcoin is the reset button. And here's the twist. It's not some distant future. It's already in motion. The big beautiful bills already signed, already inflating. The strategic Bitcoin reserve already growing. Inflation already stealing. Debt way past repair. So if people are still asking, is Bitcoin safe? They're asking the wrong question. The real question is the dollar? Because if the answer is no, then Bitcoin isn't risky. It's necessary. People aren't waiting for approval anymore. They're stacking quietly, consistently, and preparing. Because history doesn't whisper, it repeats. Empires overspend, currencies collapse, and the people pay the price unless they move early. This time, we don't just suffer. This time, we have a way out. This time, the collapse doesn't end in ashes. It begins in code. Bitcoin isn't just the best performing assets in the world. It's the foundations of a more honest world. The future belongs to those who pay attention early. And you are one of them. Stack with purpose. Alright, my friends. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care for now.